Hi everyone, it's Erin from EB Mix Media, and today I'm going to be making some of these clusters. I was inspired by Nettie's Journal Bliss. She did some watercolor swatching in one of her posts, and she cut them out and maintained the irregular shapes of her swatches, and then I think she just glued them into a journal, and they were just so interesting, I thought, to have these odd shapes, you know, and not perfectly square, and have these great swatches. It's a great way to swatch your watercolors, but then it's also just really interesting with the edges and stuff. So I took that idea and I created these. The focal point on these are from my Fabulous Florals stamp collection. This is available exclusively at Joggles. You can find it there. I'll put the link in the description. And it just so happened, I had this brewing in the back of my head that, oh, I could do that watercolor thing with the florals. That would be cool. And then it just so happened that MeiLiang reached out to me a week or so ago to send me another watercolor set. This time it's a solid watercolor set. And I thought, this is perfect. I can try out these watercolors while doing this swatching thing and make these really cool little collage clusters. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'll show you how I did it. So first off, I want to open these up. The last set they sent me was 36 colors, and they were in tubes. I think they were 5 milliliter tubes. Dumb American doesn't know the metric system. Anyway, so these are solid, and I think it can be kind of a travel set, but it's 52 colors. Wow. So let's see here. Now, this company, MeiLiang, is a sister company to Paul Reubens Art, which is a very well-known company making art products, paints, watercolors, etc. So this is, my understanding, a little bit less expensive line of product. So it's not for the professional, it's for the amateur, or someone like me who just really wants some nice varied colors of watercolor but doesn't want to spend a lot of money on supplies. It's purple! That's got me really excited. The box is purple. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, so there's all the colors there. What a cute little box. Oh wow, look, there's stuff in it. Oh boy, what is this? Water resist, water-based pigment liner. So a fine liner pen. There's a pencil here and a little brush and a little sponge. And then here is the list of colors. Right. A little more introduction there. I'm not sure what this is. What is this? Oh, this is a swatch sheet. Is that what this is? I think that's what this is. Yeah, and the little squares here tell you like the opacity, which is kind of cool. Opacity. All right. This looks like it's a little pad of watercolor paper. How cool is this? And here are the watercolors, and they're solids, and they're in the little, they're all wrapped up. So that's not cool as far as I like making this video. I'm gonna have to stop. I just thought they would be, you know, like the Crayola brand where they're just in the pan. Anyway, okay, so I don't even know how to get these out of here, but okay, so they're the little like cakes, solids. And they're in there. Oh, okay, got it. Pull that and get it out. Okay, so there they are. And you would unwrap this little thing, and there you go. And it's in a little plastic thing. So they're kind of small, but I think for me, I don't do that much watercolor. And certainly for travel, it would be great. So, okay, I guess I'm going to open these up and get started. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a hassle. If you really like unwrapping things, this is the set for you. I think for me, I was just wanting to jump into this lesson and start painting, and so, you know, it discombobulated me a little bit, but it didn't take that long. And these would actually be kind of fun to save, to use in your journals. They're sort of fun, a lot of different colors. They were a little hard to get in and out of the container, but I think that's good, because especially if it's gonna be a travel set, it won't be flopping around and things falling out when you're traveling and that sort of thing. I was pleased to see there's a gold and a silver. right there too. That's cool. So without further ado, I'm going to start swatching these. I'm going to try out this paper that came with the set. I've got some water here, and I have a square brush today so that I can make really nice straight lines with this. So I think I'm going to start in the yellow family. I think I'll start maybe with this one. What is this? New Gamboge? No, that's lemon yellow. Whoops. Oh, well. All right. Let's see. Very bright, very vibrant color here. So when you're swatching for this project, you want to be spinning around a lot and using the edge of your brush to get really straight lines. And, you know, as straight as you can make them. Don't kill yourself over it. It's not, you know, it's not the end of the world if it's not perfectly straight, but you want it to look tidy. Okay, that's that one. And when you're normally doing swatching, you make things uniform size. And that's where I think Nettie's was really cool, because she made different sizes. So that's what I want to do. So this is cadmium yellow medium. And I did discover, and I could be using it, but I don't think I will. If you pull this out of the tray, you've got a palette. So that's handy dandy there too. All right, so now I'm gonna go, let's just go this way. This paper seems nice. I don't use fancy watercolor paper, so I'm not a great judge, but I think it seems nice. Seems like it's taking the water. Those look really similar. Did I pull the same color? I don't think I did. Maybe they'll change when they dry. Okay, the next one is permanent dark yellow. I do, you know, they gave me another set recently, and I just thought the colors were amazing. They're so bright, really vivid, and I really like that. Yeah, I think these are really nice. They seem creamy and yummy, just like that other set. This one is, I think, permanent dark yellow. No, that was that one. This is nickel yellow. I'm debating which way I want to go here. Wow, that's way more yellow than I would have expected from the way it looked in the pan. Be curious to see how these dry, because they're looking very, very similar to me. Okay, let's see, we've got orange. That's this one. Let's see. My lines aren't great here. Let's see. If you're really into this kind of swatching, and I mean, it can be very meditative. I think Wendy Solganik has a class on this kind of watercolor. It's like, I can't think of what it's called. I'll try to find it and put it in the link below, but it's, I wish I could remember. It's something like Watercolors for Meditation. I don't think that's right. But it's a whole class on doing this, and I've seen a lot of people that have taken it and have really, really enjoyed it. That's orange, permanent orange, that would be this one. Okay, I finished this swatch card, and I messed up a little bit here when I was trying to hold it down, and I put my finger in there. So there's a couple places that I sort of messed it up. One way to fix that is to go back with a white pen or your white Posca and just cover that in like so. So those are the first, kind of the first row or so of colors. A lot of them look very similar to me. These two look indistinguishable. These two look the same. These two are very similar. I don't know if I still had paint on my brush when I started the second swatch, but there's a lot of similarities. So while it's a lot of colors, there's some very similar colors in the bunch. What else can I say? I do think they're gorgeous. I think they're really bright. I think the paint's really creamy. They're very opaque looking to me. I was laying it on pretty thick, but I really like them. I think they're really pretty. And I think this is just a cute little tin and super handy to use. Here's our swatches. If you don't, obviously you don't have to do it in this size. When I did my other ones, my little templates there, I did just a whole, 9x12 piece of watercolor paper, and I swatched that. So this is sort of, I just wanted to test out the watercolor paper that they provided. So what I want to do now is cut this out into the background block that I'm going to use. And looking at the back, you can see the irregularity of the shape. This is, and that's what's kind of fun and different about these, I think. This one especially. It's kind of like a staircase there. This one has one jutting out here and up there. So you want to be looking for that kind of and thinking about that. And so I'm thinking, because these are both so similar, I'm going to cut this one out. And I will cut it out. I'm going to hold on to it and put it in my stash, and I can probably use it for something else down the road. So I'm going to cut that one out carefully. Okay, and then I think I'm going to take this area here. So I'm liking that shape. And that's going to allow for a really nice different shaped card. And I like to go through and round my corners. You could use a corner rounder if you have one. I do have one, but I'm just going to use my scissors here and round my corners. I just think that gives it a nice finished look. And here I'll trim down some of this white, little excess white here. Okay, so that's one background for us. And then I think we could probably get another one out of here. I'm going to take the purple off because it doesn't quite fit in with the other colors. It's kind of a big jump, I think, in color. So let's just keep it to the kind of reds and pinks. Oh, I went a little close there. So that's maybe not as interesting, I don't know. But you could always, if you're wanting to get more interest, you could take out a shape. You know, take that one out, for example, which is very similar. Let's just do it. Should we just do it? Let's just do it. Or, yeah, let's just do it. There. I like that. This one would be a little trickier to pull something out. We could pull this one out to get a more interesting shape. So I want to go ahead and paint a floral to put on my card here. And I think I'm going to test out this watercolor brush. And it says it's a 5. So I think I'm going to give it a shot. And what I'd like to do is, I want to do kind of a neutral, I think. And so I'm wetting up the brush. And I think I'm going to start with this color right here, which is Indian red. And I'm going to drop that in to the center. And this is not watercolor paper. This is mixed media paper. And I had the floral already stamped on it, and so I just decided to use it. So we'll see how this works on mixed media. Okay, now I want to go in and get it a little bit darker. This is burnt umber. I like making it just a little darker where the petals meet the center. Gives it appearance of some depth. And now to keep this super neutral, I really just, you know, I've pretty much cleaned off my brush. There is just a tiny bit of those colors still in it, and I can pull a little bit if I want from the center and bring it down. So it's just bleeding a little into this, kind of tapping that little point where they touch, and then you can pull the color down. You don't even have to go all the way to the tips. Just pulling it down. That's going to give you a lovely kind of neutral. And if it does that, that's fine. That's okay too. Now for the stem, I guess I'll go with the yellow green, which is this one. But I'm a little concerned that it's super green. So let's do a little mixing. And let's take some of this, what is this again? Natural yellow. That's giving me more of a grello, which I really love. And we're just gonna bring this down really lightly. I'm gonna get rid of that color actually. Come back with just water. There's a nice point on this brush. I don't think I have enough water. It's okay to leave some white spaces. It sort of suggests highlights of some sort. That's not. Dropping in some of this color, the nickel yellow. I like that. I like that color a lot. So there we've got a really nice neutral floral that I think is really going to pop off of this very bright background. I'm going to cut this out. My florals are all cut out. I've also got a stack of papers here, and I have a video that I made previously on my YouTube channel. It's in the playlist for the Fabulous Florals stamp sets, and it shows you how to make these background papers using really simple paint techniques and stamping. I used the background and border stamps in the Fabulous Florals collection, but any stamp will do. And you can get a great variety of papers just from those simple techniques and stamping. So check out that video. That'll show you how to make all of these. I also have a video where I show how I use this drywall tape and painted it. And I'll link down to that and below as well. And I'm going to use some of this painted drywall tape in finishing these off. So I've got my florals picked out. In addition, I have a video on how I made this floral. I made this using Neocolor 2s. And so there's a video for how to make these. So that's the floral I'm going to use for this one. I've got my drywall tape down already. It's got a sticky back to it. And I want to get my placement right on these pieces of paper here. So I've got my glue stick. And I'm thinking I'm going to do something like this. And this piece of paper is stamped using one of the stems in the collection and just doing stems like striping with it. So I want to make sure I leave a gap here so that people can see that this is a unique shape. So I just want to make sure these are lined up properly before I glue them down. I'm using just a Yoo-Hoo glue stick. That's my go-to. I don't know where that was, so I'm going to try there. Okay. I think that'll work, hopefully. Let me check this again. I think it needs to be up a little bit higher. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and let me get some glue down on this. And again, I'm going to put it such a way so you're seeing the background watercolor there and there. It's just catching on the edge of that top square, and it's really making clear that this is a totally unique shape and not just a rectangle. Okay, for this one then, I also have the drywall tape. I didn't color this drywall tape at all, it's just plain. And I've got some kind of craft paper and an orange, both of these with stampings on them. And again, I want to get this placed so you see these gaps. I think that's important to show. Yeah. All right. I love how that neutral pops off of that orange and yellow. To finish these off, I've got a couple sentiments that I stamped. These also came out of the Fabulous Florals collection, but you can use any sentiment that you want. And I've got my Tim Holtz or Ranger Distress Oxide here, and I'm just going to brush this on the edges here to give it a kind of weathered look. This is just stamped onto copy paper that has been soaked in coffee. So it's coffee stained copy paper to give it a real aged look. And this Distress Oxide just makes it even more aged looking and interesting. So I'm going to put that one there. I'll do it there. And I'm going to put this one Where should we put this one? Yeah, right there. Let's take a quick look at all of these. Here's the two we made together with Watercolor and Neocolor 2 crayons. And then here's where some, and then here are some I made earlier. I think they're really fun. That's it for today. A big shout out to Paul Reubens Art for sending me these MeiLiang watercolors. I really like them, and it's such a nice set. The colors are really great, and the case is just so cute. I love it. Check out the other videos in the Fabulous Florals playlist and the links I have below to see how you can make these florals, and all of the background papers as well. I will see you all again soon. In the interim, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at EB Mixed Media. That's EB_Mixed Media. Thanks so much. Bye.